Hey everyone, welcome back to Painted. It has been a while since I've done a live and I apologize for the late start, but because we are functioning during business hours, occasionally we have delays that cause me to need an extra minute or so to get going. Wow, I look a little tired. Well, as you can see, I'm back in the studio. Happy to be here with everybody. I am still in back brace, but working hard. Everything's fine. And I'm starting out this celebration of the holidays with a little bit of coffee and a little bit of Bailey's in it. Yes. If I'm back at work, I need a little fortifier. Hi, Raymond. Oh, nope, that's already. Hi, Pam. Nice to see you. And Sarah, nice to see you too. Sorry, I read these things, and honest to God, if I read them with my glasses off, I give somebody else a new name. So we're going to do some fun stuff today. Now you saw in the pictures we have some holiday stuff, and we have boxes like these to work on. We have a little wooden sleigh to work on, and then we have, oh sorry for the close-up of my nose. Okay, we have this big lantern to work on. But the first thing that had to happen is that I needed to shellac these. These were all raw, rough wood that had some stuff slapped on them. Some of them came from floral supply. Some of them came from outside home lighting places. And so the wood wasn't sealed up so that I could do what I wanted to do. So I had to put shellac on it. And for those of you who know me, know I make my own shellac. So I thought instead of me constantly telling you how I make shellac, that I actually show you how to make your own shellac. And it's not very hard. You need a scale. You need to not throw things on the floor like I did. You need shellac flakes, measuring cups, denatured alcohol. Hey Jody, nice to see you. Sorry about your baby Hercules. I'm thinking about you. And then you need containers to put all of this in. Now, hang on just a second. I got to go grab my iPad because that was the one thing I didn't put near me. And then I'll pick up the thing I dropped too. Okay. I go regularly to a site called shellacknet.com. Shellacknet.com has charts on it that tell you just how much shellac flakes to use. And of course I have it on the camera that you're looking at me, but I have to go look it up on my iPad too. So now I have to actually get in there. So that was my flakiness, thinking I had it all set. I was so organized, and no, I'm not. So I'm looking for that right. Okay, shellac.net. I will find this site. I will open it up for you and show you where we're at. So it's shellac.net, and they have mixing chart. Let me find it if I can. This may take a second. Let's see if I can find it. Dewax shellac flakes. If I keep looking, I find these things by mistake. And then there's always a... I couldn't have made this easy for myself and had this up already for you. Nope, that couldn't be that simple. Let's see. Homepage. I'm sorry you're getting to watch me do this. It's not what I meant to do. Okay, well, basically, it's a math thing. So if it takes 2 pounds of shellac to a gallon of solvent, which is denatured alcohol, you make a 2-pound cut of shellac. Well, I make a 2-pound cut. Let me get back in here. Maybe if I get lucky, I can find what I'm looking for just by simply poking at stuff. Pound cut mixing chart. I got lucky. Okay, here we go. This is what I wanted to share with you. On shellac.net, they have a mixing chart. It shows you exactly how much shellac flake to put in for how much denatured alcohol. So I use this all the time. I had it printed out. It disappeared in the move, so it's been on my phone forever. And I'm going to use that. So when you go to the store, the canned stuff you buy from Zinsser is what's like 3-pound cut, meaning there is 3 pounds of shellac flakes into 1 gallon of denatured alcohol. I find that is too strong a cut to use for furniture, because not all paint actually likes shellac. It'll make it crack or flake off. I've found that the solution to that problem is to use a thinner shellac. So if you buy the can of Zinsser's blonde shellac in the store, what you're going to do is add about a 30% more alcohol to it just to thin it down, so your paint doesn't tend to flake and chip. I can make it like a 1/2 pound cut if I wanted to. It's very simple, but I find for furniture, when I need to seal up whatever's underneath this wood so it doesn't bleed through my water-based paints, a 2-pound cut is perfect. So I'm gonna put the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. All right, and you can see my messy surface. I'll move my iPad out of the way so I can read it, but you don't have to. So, in this is old shellac. I actually knocked it over, made a mess out of it, and I'm gonna make another jar. I'm actually gonna pour whatever is left of this into a cup because I need to wipe out the container. And of course, I don't have a cup in front of me today either. You can tell it's my first live back because I'm a little bit disorganized. All right, sorry about that, everybody. I think I have everything. I have piles of stuff on a table around me, and I forget the one thing. Now you can see my shellac is a little cloudy. It's because it's old, it's tired, and there was some stuff that got in there that made kind of a mess. I don't care. I'll let that dry out in the cup. It's perfectly fine. And really, if I needed to, I could even use it and reconstitute it with other stuff. But I want to stick that paper towel in there, get something along to wipe it around so I can clean the old shellac out. And you can see that there was stuff that got in my jar. Hi, Rima. Hi, Sandy. Nice to see you. Okay, so for a 2-pound cut of blonde de-waxed shellac flakes, these are blonde de-waxed shellac flakes, and you want the de-waxed, not waxed, because the wax will prevent anything from bonding to it. So if I'm going to do a 2-pound cut for a pint jar, I am going to use 4 ounces of flakes. So I'm going to turn on my scale let it zero itself out. And I use coffee filters because they're really, really, really easy to put on something. They don't have any real weight, and I can get it cleared. All right, so it's 0. I'm gonna pour until I get a 1/4 pound, 4 ounces of shellac flakes. And how much do I have in there? Okay, that's 2 ounces. Am I reading that right? One print? Yep. I just want to make sure I read everything right. My shellac flakes have got a little damp, a little tired. It's not a big deal. All right, that's almost 3 ounces. That's almost 4. And I'll take a little bit out there. And I try to be accurate in my measure. It's a little less than 4 ounces, okay. There we go. And I'm going to pour them into the jar. Oh, thank you, Sandy. It's nice to be back again. I feel like a human being. All right. Now, I'm really not even going to measure out the denatured alcohol because I'm just going to fill it to the top. Now, this is Sunnyside, it's actually not Sunnyside denatured alcohol, it's called Clean Cut. I just put it in a smaller can because it makes it easier for me to handle it. I fill it up, and you can see what it looks like in the bottom of the jar. And then over the course of 24 hours, this will all dissolve. It will all become liquid. And actually what I'm going to do is fill it up just a little higher because I know I didn't get a full pint in there. And I have a ring, and I always put denatured. I always use a denatured. I always put a little press and seal over it too to keep the lid from sticking to itself, which works sometimes, it doesn't work at others. And there we go. Let's not get that stuck on the next project. And I just put it over here. That way it's got an airtight seal, but it will not stick to itself. And give it a little shake so that all the alcohol gets mixed in with the flakes. And it will settle down, and I may need to put more alcohol in there tomorrow. That wouldn't be surprising because once the flakes all dissolve, I'll lose some volume and liquid. And then, those are my blondie wax. I can set those aside. Now this shellac also comes in other colors, which is pretty cool. It comes in orange, and it comes in ruby, and it comes in very light blonde. So I have cans out here, and I will measure out in a little while so I have enough shellac flake in different colors, and I keep them on my shelves and I use them all the time. They are extremely useful when you get a piece of furniture that you don't know the origins of. Let's not drink the old shellac. That would be a bad idea. Let me take a little sip of my Baileys and coffee. Nothing like a Saturday in November with a little Baileys in my coffee. All right, I gotta wipe back the flakes so it doesn't get into anything else. So what I'm gonna do later on after this live is I will measure out enough shellac flakes to make all of those colors. Now the orange is different. If you notice when you buy shellac flakes, it will say wax-free or de-waxed. These orange flakes don't say that. It just says orange, shellac orange from India. I have no idea if this has got wax in it, and I didn't pay attention when I bought it, so I'm gonna have to go back and check again to make sure that I don't use something that's gonna make my life harder. Alrighty, so the first project we're gonna start on, I'm moving things around so I have a little space next to me, because I always create this little area. I'm probably working in 2 square feet here because the whole rest of the table's full of stuff that you can't see at the moment. All right, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the lantern. And here we go. This is the lantern. You can see it's big. It's part of my holiday window display. So we're gonna stick paints in there with lights around it, so it'd be kind of cool to see. So I'm gonna have to angle this down and hope you can see what I'm doing. There we go. So I have shellacked this, and then I have put our Artsyville foil adhesive over it, and we're gonna be playing with some of our new foils today. What's one of our new foils? Look at this. This is the Shy Cheetah. This is so pretty. Or Koi Cheetah, sorry. This is brand new. I just got it in last week. This is the first project I'm using this on. and I want a little subtle shimmer and texture out of it. Now, I know on this surface, I'm not going to see the cheetah print as well as I might see it, on, say, something like a bigger, flatter surface. However, I like the idea of the subtle texturing on it. I'm walking around getting scrub brushes because, again, things I didn't grab before. I've also had somebody else running the studio while I was out recuperating, and I'm still, well, she doesn't move them like big distances. Even just moving them 2 inches confuses me because it's not where I left it, so I can't find it. Yes, I know, I'm being a drama queen, I get it. So I'm going to take a piece of this foil, and you can see it has a pretty side and an not so pretty side. And I'm sorry, I can't pull the camera back better so you can see, because this is how this tripod wants to work. All right, so we always put our adhesive on, wait until it sets up to tack, which is about the tackiness of Scotch tape. And then we're gonna lie it ugly side down. Ugly side, pretty side. You put the ugly side down. Now, I am very aware, because of the way I applied the foil adhesive and what kind of wood this is and everything else, that I could have a fairly uneven release. I actually planned for that. The wood's a little rough. I kind of slapped on the adhesive hoping it'll go on, but I don't know how it's going to release. But I only really want the shimmer and shine that this foil is going to give me. And see, you can't see that from here. Where are you? I need to get this side where you can see it. Got my little tiny scrubber brush. All right. And that releases a really nice texture. Well, the reason this is coming in is this is a door, so I've got to get a little more, lift this up a little so you guys can see what I'm doing to it, because it won't let me push against it without just going inside and breaking. All right, so here we go. I picked the hardest side too to show you the first shot on this one. So let's hope I do better. Now I know I'm already using some areas that have, the foil has been completely used up, so I'm gonna have to pull it off and find more foil, but look how pretty that is. And yes, there is wood showing through, and I like that. That's part of what I was going for. I wasn't looking for 100% flawless release. I wanted a little rustic, because the theme on my windows is sort of country Christmas, and I'm embracing all that means. Okay. Let's get into this corner a little bit, down here. Ooh, I still got plenty of adhesive spots that I haven't hit yet. And I'm leaving it rough around this lock on purpose, just like I'm leaving it rough around the lock and the hinges on purpose. I want it to look worn, not brand new. And let's see what I'm getting for here. Again, this is the Koi Cheetah foil. It's $3 a square foot. You can order it on our website, paintedstudio.com, which I know many of you know already. And look how cute that's coming out. Just a little coarse, a little rustic, a little uneven. And then, of course, I'll probably sprinkle it with glitter to get whatever sticky areas didn't get hit with foil, because that's what I do. Get in there. Let's see, I think I'm sorry, I keep holding up the foil to see where I've got foil still on here. I think maybe I should foil a little more right there. Yeah, just a little more release. And see, it's popping up on the spots that I missed with the foil adhesive. And I did miss spots. I'm okay with it. All right, so I'm gonna roll this over. We'll do one more side and then we'll move on to the next project. So I'd love to hear what all of you are up to with your holiday decor planning. It's always so much fun. As a general rule, I'm not a theme decorator, and I'm just cutting some more foil. I'm not a theme decorator. My house is an insane collection of Santa threw up, but my studio window is going to have a theme this year because it made it easier for me to plan. So if you guys have got stuff going, tell me. Tell me. I want to hear. Oh. So I'm loving how this is just grabbing on, releasing pattern. Definitely a little on the rustic side. Oh, yeah, that's look at that. Much easier release right there. It's a little sticky there. I must have not scrubbed that well. Okay. And you can see these spots here. These are spots that I didn't put adhesive on well, or it wasn't completely dry enough for me to be foiling on it, and it's kind of wanting to peel back. But I like that. It creates a nice, uneven, broken look. Because I guarantee you, I kind of rushed to get ready for this, so I'd be ready for the live. All right. Let that pull back, let that sit and dry. And see, it did it a little bit right there too, and I'm kind of okay with that. It's either spots that I mixed with the shellac or stuff I didn't get on quite 100%, and that's okay. I like that sort of unevenness that is unplanned for. The pullback is very cool. See, I get some of that happening here. See, when I make mistakes and messes, sometimes they're happy accidents. Sometimes they're things I have to correct. Today is happy accidents with this pulling back thing happening. I really slopped on the shellac. I didn't pay a lot of attention to how I was doing it because I knew what I was coming in to do to this thing. So I'm letting it be rustic and letting it peel back like that. I really kind of like it. All right. Get into another crossbar. And let's see what we can do up here on this. Okay. So does everybody have big plans coming up for the holidays, or are you keeping it small and quiet? Often I have big plans, but this year we are looking at small and quiet. I got too much going on with the studio, and I just want to enjoy a little peace and quiet in my home on Christmas Day instead of going all out. We're doing the same thing for Thanksgiving. I put my hands over this to see if I can find any spots I missed. And I try to use up all of my foil. Why? Because it's wasteful if you don't. I don't like to throw away stuff that I can still get some use out of. Okay, so I'm gonna get down in this foot a little bit. And there we go. So you can see how this is going. One, two, three, and one more side to do. I'll get there. So the next projects are these little wooden planters. Now you can use these. I got them from a floral supply place. You can use these to put plants in, put candy in, decorate them up, keep them rustic. We're just gonna add a little bit of something special to this particular one, and I've got 4 more that I'm gonna be doing similarly to. I'll put the foil down in the lantern so I can clear a little space out of here. And I gotta go reach over there to go grab the bead gel and all the good stuff that we're gonna do on this. Alrighty. Glitter, gel medium. Yes, you can see I'm throwing out a lot of things, so we're gonna have a lot of fun. Now, we have our pre-made bead gel. This is, excuse me, our glass bead gel from Artsyville Embellishments. Bead gel comes very nice, dense beads, but sometimes I want to make something a little different, a little something of my own. So I will take, and I'm putting on gloves for this because I know how big a mess I can make. Probably wasn't the day to wear a nice sweater. Putting on my gloves. Yes, everybody proud I'm putting on my gloves. So the next thing we're going to do, stick my fingers in them, get the gel, and then I gotta pop it open. I'm going to zhuzh it a little bit. Where did my mixing sticks go? Now, I'm not going to take a lot to do this because we're not going to need a lot. I'm going to make 2 different mixtures. I'm going to make one with our pre-made bead gel from Artsyville Embellishments, which I'm now sticking down below so you can see what I'm doing. And I am going to make a very colorful combination. What am I going to add here? Think about this. Let's try the blue ones. We haven't done much with these blues because my fingers don't feel like opening things today. There we go. This is our spectacular silver blue ice glitter. It comes in these little packets like this. I'm gonna put a whole lot of blue in there. Okay. And then I think what I'm gonna do is add a little bit of this random green glitter that I happen to have floating around in the studio. So we're gonna have a very blue-green mix. Just like that. So, and like when you're mixing a cake, mix all the way down to the bottom of the container because you will find pockets of mica and glitter in them. And while that doesn't look very interesting like that, it's going to dry gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. And then on the other one, we're going to use some of the Artsyville gel medium. We don't use that very much because, or I shouldn't say we don't use it very much. What I'm saying, you don't see me using it very much because I've been doing so much with the foils and the bead gel. So actually what we're going to do is take another mixing stick, and I'm going to show you how you can make your very own bead gel without buying it as a bead gel. So if you needed to buy some gel medium and you wanted bead gel, this is how you make your own. Move that to the side. Okay, the first thing we're going to do, put some glitter in it. Okay, that's a good dose of our champagne teal glitter. And we'll mix that in. And that in itself would make a nice glitter mixture. But I carry jars of beads, so we can make our own to look more unusual. For example, I carry pearl beads. So I put that pretty teal, champagne teal in there, and now I'm going to pour a whole lot of pearly beads. And this means that the beads, when all this dries, will be opaque and have a pearly shimmer to it. It's going to be very pretty. You see? I made my own bead gel. Look at how... Hi, Sherry. Hi, Sylvia. What did I do to... What did you the glitter? Rima, I'm not sure what you're asking me. What did I the glitter what? I'm not sure what you're asking. Oh, Siri's even helping me over here trying to answer the questions. So... I put bead gel, I added our teal holographic champagne mix, and, you know, just for the fun, maybe I'll just mix some of this Tiger Eye mix in too, which is a little deeper gold and has some black. So this is our Tiger Eye. Yes, you can see this is the product we carry. You can order it on our website. Ooh, that's pretty in there. Look how pretty that is. Ooh, it's so pretty. So instead of, you know, we had like, sorry, I'm stuttering. So we have the mix that I added a little glitter to, and I added a little of the other, I added a little bit of our, I don't know where this came from. It's called Mica Delights. I've had it for years. Don't ask me who carries it. You can always, I'm sure somebody's got a nice light green glitter. This is our silver blue ice mix that I put in that one. And then the other one, I added our pearl glass beads, our bronze Tiger Eye, and our champagne teal tie mix. I don't understand where that name came from, but okay. So the next thing we're gonna do is take this box, and I have got a gazillion little stencils that I have shoved over to the side here. Let me go grab them, because I can't reach them. Otherwise, I'm gonna knock cans over. Now, these stencils, I like to show you stencils that I carry. Unfortunately, I wanted a little medallion right here. That's not something I carry, so I have gone through things to find them. I can use this one, which is a Royal Design Studio stencil. I can use this one, which actually kind of works better on here. It's an artistic painting studio one, I think. Let me see if I can find this. Yes, it's a stenciled garden one from Jennifer Ferguson, who, as you know, supplies me with many of my products. I am not going to spray adhesive on this. This surface is too porous. It's not going to work well with me. So I'm going to take my glove off for a second. We're going to take it down, and then we're going to go back. Hi, Cynthia. Nice to see you. Okay. Now, just to follow up on a few things. There were videos that I made before I went into the hospital, and they are on YouTube. And if you are not familiar with my YouTube channel, it is under my name, Maury Curtis Dunbar. And every live that I do here, I post to YouTube, so it's always immediately available. So you can go there to look for something. I also obviously always post them to my page, but sometimes it's harder to find them. And we are now working on, as of next week, we will have holiday hours for the physical location of the studio. We will be open on Tuesday if you want to stop by. We will be open later each evening. So that's there for you. And we got a sale going on right now. I've only advertised it once, but we have a sale going on. So all those wooden cutouts that you saw me working on, all the wooden cutouts that were sitting in our holiday window, our fall window, they are on sale for 20% off. That's a good deal, folks. So stock up while I still got them. And go to paintedstudio.com, look for, I think the heading is paintable surfaces, and you'll see the pumpkins, the leaves, the acorns, the sandcastle, the crown, the pig, and the chicken are all on sale for you. So grab them right away. All right, now we're going to go back down here. Move my camera thing over so you can see. Got to play with the tripod. Sorry about that, everybody. All right, so you can see I've got my stencil taped on. The first one I'm going to use is the homemade mix, because that'll tell me whether or not I need to add a little more stuff to it. Because if it won't stick to the wood, I might need a little more gel, but I should be fine because I usually make my bead gels. And if you wonder what these are old room keys and old credit cards and all like old gift cards and stuff like that. See, like this, an old gift card. I save them all. My mother used to give them to me wrapped up in a rubber band in my Christmas stocking every year while she was still alive. These are the best small trowels for something like this, because if you crap them up, it doesn't matter. You can just throw them away. All right, so you can see I am not scraping, I am buttering the surface with my stencil, or with my material. Why? Because if I scrape it, I'll scrape it all out of the holes and there will be no pattern. And everybody's, oh, that looks like you're wasting so much product. Well, actually, no, I'm not. And I'll show you why. So I've got my stencil done. Now I'm going to tell you what I tell everybody else. As soon as I get these little pieces of tape up. Don't lift it this way. Pull it up this way. Pull it towards you. Why? Because then the stencil doesn't fall back on and screw up your pattern. But look, see, the pattern's on there, and oh, that's so cute. So I gotta let that one sit and dry. I'll probably do, well, I might be able to do the other side because I can set it up right. Let me do the other side while I'm standing right. Got it right here. Goodness knows, I've got 4 of these to work on. I got plenty of space. So I'm gonna take that. I'm not gonna set it back down so that it won't lie flat, because that would be a bad thing. I can take all this material that was already on here and push it back into the stencil and have a near perfect pattern. I'm gonna take a little more. And when this dries, I'm going to have a gorgeous bronze pattern on here. Always make sure I get all my holes filled in here. And I'm angling it because I can see what you may not be able to see. Okay, so there's that one done. And I got this cute pattern on both sides that's going to be very glittery when it dries. And I'm just going to set that down. And then I'm going to show you how we clean it up. Take the stencils. Yes, I know I'm going to make a mess in front of my own workspace, but I can live with it. So I'm going to take this. And you see I scraped up a good 50% of what I put on that surface. Pick it up. Scrape it back, put it in the container, set the stencil to the side. And there we go. So that one's done. Let me grab another one of these. And let's see, we'll probably, I'm going to use the same stencil, I think, on all of them. Just make sure I got my other glitter off of here a little better. There we go. So now I've got that one on here. Grab that on there. And I am going to take a different card to use on this one, just so I don't get them all confused. I often reuse my tape even. If there's any adhesive properties left to it, why tear a new piece off if I can get away with just using this one? Okay. It is fun, Sylvia. Rima, I'm going to read your question back in a second because I can't read it while the camera's angled down. It's a little hard. All right, so we've got this is the mix with the gel medium and our blue glitter and green glitter. You can see it's a little bit of a smoother mix because there's no glass beads in it. It'll lay flatter to the surface. Get off, do that. See, got a cute pattern there. That's gonna dry really pretty. I can even add colorant into this mix. If I wanted a colored pattern, I could add mica powder to the mix. If I wanted a more opaque gel that still had metallics to it. But right now, I'm just playing with it with some glitter, and that's it. That's all I want on here because I want it to dry a little more transparent. You can see I'm scraping the product off, pushing it back in through the holes. This one may not have my best relief because it wants to wiggle a little on me. Oh, I see why. There's an uneven piece of wood under here. Well, we'll just do our best. That's what Q-tips are for, to clean up stuff like this. Okay, and again, I'm only trying to get this as thick as the aggregate, meaning the stuff that's in here has a thickness. I'm only trying to get it as thick as the stuff I put in here and this thickness of the stencil. Why? Because otherwise it takes twice the amount of product and it takes forever to dry. So that one, I got a little smushies in. You can see I got some bleed. I'll just take a Q-tip later and clean that all up and it'll be fine. Put that to the side. Put my stencil down here. Clean it all off. Put what I got there in the cup. Put this back in the cup. And as you can see, for me, I work on several projects at once. I always have, because then I'm not wasting my dry time. I have things that I want to do, things that I want to see it get accomplished. So I work to make that happen all at once. For example, I'm doing my holiday window, so I need stuff to be drying at all about the same time. It doesn't work if I do one piece and let it dry, and I do another piece and let it dry. All right, the next thing we're doing is a little rustic wood sled, and that white that you see in the corner is foil adhesive. I have shellacked this because it was very, very, very porous and very, very, very messy when I first brought it in. It looks a little more, the shellac and the foil adhesive kind of made it look a little more expensive, but that's not where we were going with it. No, because what we were going to do is we're going to put a pattern on this. We're going to introduce you to a new foil or two. Sorry, I'm looking over at my stencils to see what stencils I want to use. Okay. So these are the stencils that I personally carry. So I was trying to figure out what stencil I wanted to use. I could use the berry one. I could use the ethnic grid. I could use to say Elizabeth's Rose, but I'm not crazy about this. It's got a lot of gunk on it, so I'm probably not going to do that one until I clean it better. I could do the paisley one, but I think the pattern on that might be a little intense for something like this. I have this pattern, which is, let me read it, the Indian print pattern. I have Flower Power. I have, what the heck is this one called? Let me see if I can find what it's called. Textile Design. And I have an animal print. Now, if anybody's got an opinion who's watching, throw it up there. Give me an opinion. Come on, I know you all have opinions. Throw me an opinion. Somebody post something on here. Tell me what you want to see on this. All right. Well, I'm going to kind of get a little organized. Nobody's saying anything, so I may just have to choose for myself. And I'm thinking the Indian print would be fun on here. Let me see if I can figure out how to get it on so it's easy to see on the sides. Or do I want to do it that way? I don't know. I could do the berries because they would fit easily no matter where I put them. I could get them on there. I think that the berry thing seems a little more seasonal, don't you all? All right, so we're gonna do this. And I'm gonna turn this over. Let's see, which side do I wanna do first? I know it seems silly, but I've got stuff on the table, so if this picks it up, I wanna make sure it only picks up just so much stuff. All right, I'm gonna tilt this. That's not gonna work. Here we go. I got a little box I can set this on so it won't pick up so much stuff on the table. Okay, this is foil adhesive is giving me some moments on here because I think of the shellac that I used that was old. All right, so I'm gonna do this. And we're gonna have some fun with some different patterns. Okay, so one of our other new patterns is a silver waterfall. It's gorgeous. It's got a little holographic to it. And it looks amazing on. There's that. Now I'm going to cut this in smaller pieces because I don't want it hitting up here or over here. I'm going to move this. As I move, sometimes the camera shifts. Okay, the only thing I'm going to make a point of doing is making sure that I either have it all going this way or I have it all going this way. And since that's where I started, that's what it's going to be. And here we go. We're going to scrub the pattern in. This wants to rock because of that box. So I'm going to wrap it a little better. Feel a little bit to feel where the pattern is. Make sure I get it all laid down. Okay, I think. And I got to cut a little bit down here too. Okay, that one there. That one right there. It's a little bit of an odd spot on this. Okay, I see what the problem is because that's way further back in. See, when you get a weird surface, you're often guessing about whether you're getting the release you want or not. You kind of have to feel at it. Okay. You see I've got that killer iridescence right in these openings. So now I'm going to go into these openings here. Those are also our registration marks that help me move the pattern around on the surface so I get a complete pattern. Oh yeah, let's get in there. That's that. Get up in here. Sometimes I just use my fingernails to get into the little detaily crevices. It helps. All right, come down here. And we have this little bit over here. Okay. And there we go. I'm going to lift this stencil up. And then I'm going to figure out, see there's that one there, but it has to match something here, and I gotta find where the match is. Or it would match something over here, and I need to find where the match is. That's that pattern there. This always takes a moment. That's not it. Cynthia, it would be good if you were here to tell me just how I need to shift this, because every time I shift it, I kind of do it wrong. And that's where it is. And I didn't manage to figure it out at least once on my own. It always takes me a minute to figure out the registration on each pattern, because sometimes it's a shift right to the left or right, sometimes it's a shift diagonally like this one was. So I get in there, I rub it with my fingers, I get the pattern. And we got a little pattern right there that needs to go in. And a little there. Sorry, I keep sliding this out of the view. That's not my intent. Okay, so now I've found that. And I actually have to come in here and figure out, there we go. There's the pattern right there. I knew if I did a little finagling, I'd figure it out. So it's a matter, some stencils have little squares in the corners that you do, but I love the stencils that actually have the pattern on the edges around it as registration, because for me that makes it so much easier to figure out where the pattern's lining up, because it has to line up within whatever you've already laid down. So that works better for me. I know I could be using my other brush, but right now my fingernails with this surface seem to be the best thing to lay the pattern down. And you can see my foil adhesive is trying to come back a couple of times, and that's okay, because this is a weird surface. These things are painted with strange things, and I have to work with that. That's okay. If it's imperfect, I'll survive. It'll just look older. All right, next place, I see that pattern goes there. And now I gotta find the next layer here. And I'm not quite getting there, but I will. Needs to be something. And nope, I don't quite have it there. I was close. I was close. So that's where that one lays. I got that right. I kind of need to get more branches in here. I know it's fun watching somebody try to figure this out. It entertains me too from time to time. But today it's not entertaining me so much. Today it's frustrating me because I can't figure out where my repeat is right now. I got it in one direction, now I got to get it in another. think it has to come up this way. Am I right? There we go. Yeah, I knew I'd find it if I worked hard enough. Okay. A little bit of foil right in there. I could even mark these stencils so I knew exactly where the repeat lays, but I worry when I do things like that that I'm going to have a strange bleed of something. Okay, so there we go. Oh, let's not twist that the wrong way, Maury. My son's texting me while I'm doing my live. He forgot his charger. Oh no. So now I gotta chase down a charger when we close up for the day. Okay, so this is coming in very cool. I'm very pleased with this. I'll take a little scrubber, see if I get a little more in there. Now see how it left that cool pattern on there? I have the ability now. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna reach. Now we're gonna use this koi cheetah over here. And I'll probably let it hit the band and stuff like that too. I haven't quite decided where I'm going with this. I got a lot of work to do. I gave myself a lot of projects for my first live back. Okay, so this is the koi cheetah in gold. And where did my scissors go? Probably here, underneath everything. So here we go. Gonna drop it on here. A little rub. And again, I know this surface is going to be somewhat irregular because of what I bought. It's a coarse wood, it's not smooth. Sorry about that, I hit the wrong button. I had to come back, I had to wait for my phone to let it back because the angle that I have everything in here wouldn't let me do it. Ooh, this is not good. Okay, so you can see sorry, didn't mean to turn it down. There we go. So you can see I have a hole here. This is where my shellac didn't grab. I may have put it on. It may have been dirty here. I can go back in here and touch that up. But look at how cool that is right there on that coarse surface. It's really nice. I'm very happy with that. And I think I might do some of this waterfall around here. Now I know I'm going to pull up some foil adhesive because I see a bubble spot. But look how cool this is going to look. Nope, I didn't rub enough. Didn't give me enough release. Just trying to do it with my fingers, and I should be doing it with something firmer on this kind of a surface. So let's try a little brush. And you can see I've got that really nice waterfall-y thing. Again, I had a pull-up spot. I think I'm gonna have to go back in and touch this up because I'm wondering if I got a little wax on here and there's stuff that's shedding because it's waxed because I bought it from a flower distributor, which would not be surprising. It's not something I took into my big thought process before I got started today. But it could be the reason I'm having some surface failure because the shellac never does this to me. I think I got wax on here. Yeah, you see it's kind of pulling off. And I'm going to determine when it dries if I like how that looks, if I'm going to put a little Old World Finishing chalk style paint over it, or if I'm going to fix it all up. Because these are peeling spots, but I kind of love the peeling. Is kind of cool too because it stays very rustic looking. I'll have to think about it, see how it dries. All right. So let me get my face up to you so you're not looking at the top of my head, and I can maybe get my tripod to sit right today. Okay, so you saw 3 different projects that we were working on. They were fun, they were fast, they were easy. Having a little issue with one because the adhesive wants to peel off, and I'm telling you right now, I think it's because I didn't let the shellac cure long enough, since I had it happen on 2 different things. That's an issue with my shellac now that I work on it and think of it. So I will come to a repair point tomorrow, or say to hell with it and just enjoy the breaks in it as a rustic design. I haven't decided yet. Depends on how it all looks when I'm done, I guess. And just want to remind everybody, we have, for those who are in their holiday prepping modes, we have our wooden cutouts available for you. We have the single egg ball, comes with its topper. We have the double. This is the shape, comes with its topper. We have, let's see, got to reach over a little further. Okay. Sorry, got to get it all in front of me. We will have our little gingerbread houses. Those are on order. Those should be in a few days. We have our reindeer cutout. This is it comes in one piece. When you receive it, it would come like this, all together. You just cut out and sand down the little connector nubs, and then you get 2 pieces to work on in one, because as you can see, this is one color in one pattern, this is another color in another pattern, or for a more clearly defined idea, this is the reindeer cutout. Hi, little reindeer. Reindeer cutout. Antlers, everything. Would probably help if I had something white behind it for you to see it, but I don't have anything. Let's see if I can put this behind so you can see the cutout shape. Jeez, I'm dropping everything. So you can see the reindeer cut out there. And the same reindeer that was popped out of the center, I did in a completely different manner. Look how cute these are. I also have the same cutout style with a Christmas tree. So there's a tree in the center, then you have the outline of the tree around it, and I am getting wreaths and snowmen. I'm just waiting for them to be delivered. So we have all these cutouts coming out for you. There, if you look on our store, paintedstudio.com, the ones that we have in stock are listed and there for you. Don't forget about our sale on the cutouts that we've had for the fall and the seasonal ones, not the Christmas ones, but all the autumn ones and some of the summer ones, 20% off. So take advantage of it, because it's not going to last forever. And we will be having more fun live events. We have more fun classes coming. There is so much going on here in the studio from now through the new year. I can't wait to see everybody coming. I'm going to be back and doing lives more often. We have a live on how to do Christmas sneakers. We got that. I got that in the planning and the prepping in the back. That'll come in the next couple days. And I'm always here for your questions. So if I missed a question and haven't answered it now, hi Carrie, nice to see you. If I haven't said hi to you, it's because the camera was down. I didn't see you scrolling in through my live. And if there's a question I missed, I will answer it in the posts below. I will also give you the names of all the products we've used here today. If I don't carry them, I'm really, because a lot of this stuff is kind of through a wholesaler. If anybody's interested in the sleds or the boxes, send me a message. I will arrange to get them for you and have them sent to you. Just send a PM through the Painted page. I will find out how much they are. I want to say that these are $25 a piece without anything on them. I think the wooden boxes are probably $7 a piece. I'm going off my memory because I bought these a while ago and put them away. So don't hesitate to ask for ask any questions. I'm here for you. And meanwhile, it's Saturday. Where's my Bailey's and my coffee? Yes, it says Mr. on it because my husband broke the Mrs. one, so now I'm drinking his mug. Makes my Saturday better. Anyway, have a great day, everyone. I ask you to share the video, share it around. The more you share it, the larger exposure, the better chances I have of doing things like sales and giveaways and all that fun stuff. Have a great Saturday, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.